Have you ever faced a situation where you said something with good clarity, but the other person misunderstood it completely? Or have you ever lost an opportunity not because you were not capable, but because you couldn't communicate properly? That's not just a small issue, that's a problem of interpersonal communication. Hello learners, I am Mumu, a communication learner and UX UI designer, simplifies communication and journalism. In my last video, I talked about intrapersonal communication that happens within yourself. And today we're going to explore the second context of communication that silently controls your relationships, your career, and your entire personality, and that is interpersonal communication. So let's go to the screen. Interpersonal communication is the process of exchanging ideas, emotions, and meanings between at least two or more people. It happens in a situation that allows mutual opportunities for both speaking and listening. Intrapersonal communication is about talking with the self, but in interpersonal communication, there must be at least two people who are communicating, the sender and the receiver. Now let's see some examples. Friendship or romantic relationship, conversation between a teacher and a student, or between a mother and child, between an interviewee and interviewer, between couples. There are two subsets of interpersonal communication. They are direct communication and small group communication. I will talk in details about direct and small group communication in another video. So coming back, interpersonal communication is not just about speaking, it's about how you deliver, how the other person receives, and what meaning is created in between. Communication is not just what you say, it is what the other person understands. Reality, most people think if I speak clearly, people will understand me. That's wrong because communication is not one sided, it's a shared responsibility. If the message is not understood, the communication is incomplete. Why interpersonal communication matters? Let me be very clear. In relationships, if there is no communication in relationship, there will build no trust. And if there is no trust, no relationship will happen. In career, you may be talented, but without communication skill, there builds no networking and your talent stays invisible. In leadership, leaders don't just work, they influence, and influence comes from communication. Fourth, conflict. Every conflict you see is first a communication problem. Maybe there was a miscommunication that leads to conflict. Master communication and you reduce half of your life's problem. Core components. Every interpersonal communication has six key elements. Sender, who is speaking? Message, what is being said? Channel, how it is delivered. Receiver, who is interpreting? Feedback, the response of receiver. Noise, the disturbance. And here's the truth that most failures happen not in speaking, but in interpretation. How you interpret matters. Interpret means finding the meanings of the said words. Now comes the types. There are three types of interpersonal communication. First is verbal, second is nonverbal, and third is listening. We already know verbal and nonverbal. I have talked these two topics in my previous videos. But listening, the most ignored yet most powerful skill. If your words say one thing and your body says another, people will believe your body. Why communication fails? Let's be honest. Most people don't have communication problems. They have ego problems, listening problems, and clarity problems. They listen to replay, not to understand. They assume instead of asking. They react emotionally. They speak without structure. and then they say misunderstanding happened. No, it's not misunderstanding, it's poor communication. High value skills. If you want to level up and improve your interpersonal communication skill, focus here. Active listening. Listen to understand, not to respond. Before replying or giving feedback to someone's said words, at first try to listen attentively to understand the core meaning of the said speech and then reply accordingly. Clarity. If your message is confusing, you are confusing. So always try to speak the points clearly without any unnecessary words. Third, empathy. Don't just hear words, feel the emotion. Empathy means the ability to understand and feel another person's emotions from their perspective. Fourth, emotional control. Anger destroys logic, calm builds clarity. Emotional control is the ability to manage your emotions calmly and wisely during communication. It means not letting anger, frustration, or ego control your words and actions. Then comes confidence. If you don't believe your words, no one else will. So always try to speak with confidence, not allowing any hesitation. Real life scenario. Imagine this. A manager gives instructions quickly. Employee misunderstands. Work gets messed up. Manager gets angry. Now tell me, is this a performance issue? No, it started as a communication gap. How to improve it? If you truly want to improve, speak less, listen more. Pause before responding. Ask, did I understand correctly? Maintain eye contact. Remove ego from conversation. Practice conscious communication daily. So I think today's discussion will help you to understand interpersonal communication, and this will help in your career, your personal life, and in every sector.
Communication is a skill, and like any other skill, it improves with practice. Interpersonal communication is not just about speaking, it's about connecting. And in today's world, people don't remember what you said, they remember how you made them feel. So, if you want better relationships, better opportunities, and strong personality, master the way you communicate. My next video will be on public communication, that is the third context. Until then, if you found this video helpful, stay connected to my channel. Take care.